Alright, so if we take these images that we sort of created, we put the photos in Moldiv, and we bring them into the computer and open them in Photoshop, it's very easy to take some of these captions out. And I'll show you right here on the left hand side. You can see the toolbar. I'm just going to reset that to the black and white. And then I'm going to go to the eraser, which is in the center of the toolbar. And I've got a circle. Sometimes I use a block, but you can see I'm just erasing that logo for Moldiv, and I'm erasing all this caption stuff. See, it's a lot easier than it is on the phone to just do it this way. You could make this circle, look, I could make this circle much larger. See the size right there. And then it's just quicker. I probably wouldn't erase this just because see how it's overlapping on the photo here. So I would choose this and I'd probably just think happy and be happy with that particular little caption there. And then if I wanted to add my own captions, I would go to the left, I would choose the text, that's T for text, and then I would just come over here, and if you click, it's going to create a layer. See over on the right here, there's the layer. Now it's too large. You can see right there that it's too large, but look, the character toolbar is appeared at the top. Now, I don't want it to be 175. It's a small caption, so I'm going to probably go with 14. See what that does for us. So, drinking some. That's way too small. I can't even read it. But you probably noticed those original captions were pretty small. So, drinking some. Here so that you can move it. And if you want to make that larger, you just do Command T and you can drag that by the corners, and then just go back to the left, apply the transformation, and you're all set. Now that's Taylor Swift's cat. I probably mentioned that on the other recording, but he's cutie. Alright, let's say we want to put a caption that says Taylor Swift's cat. Now it's going to pick up the style, if not the size. I forget what that cat's name is. It's something cute, but I just can't remember it. So go to the left, at the very top, and do the selector. I'm going to do Control T because I want to make that a little bit larger, like the one up top. And then that'll do. So these white pages, the pages with the white background that have the, you know, the captions of the print on white it's so much easier. Any solid color, you could match it, and then you could just take it out with the eraser. Let's go to that other picture. Now this is far more challenging, as we saw with the other, you know, when we did it in the phone. So there's no way. Now if this was layered out, then we could, you know, change the lettering or just delete those layers, whatever. No can do. These things, this is why I don't really understand why the app does it this way, because it doesn't really give you a lot of choices. However, you can work around it, and it does give you some nice inspiration. So there, I could put it in black. You see it's over here. I can change it to red. Did it change? Okay, so as you can see, once you created this, you saw I drew the box. I'm sorry, I skipped ahead, didn't I? What I did was I came over here, and this is the rectangle tool, and there are some other shapes here if you wanted to do other shapes, but I want a rectangle. So I did the rectangle, and I drew the rectangle, and it popped in the black that was right over here already selected. Now you could have pre-selected a different color. I didn't do it. But once I did that, this properties box popped up on the right. And all you have to do is click on the box on the far left that has a solid color and just choose a color, and it's going to change for you. Now if you want a border to that, you click on the border, which is the second to the left. It's the white box with the red through it because there is no border. That's why it has that slash. Let's say we want to have a black border. You can see it put the black border in there. And then let's see if we want it a little wider. There we go. And then what we want to do, we come back up to the selector, top left, and we're going to do, let's fix this color. I don't want red, I want white, and I'm going to hit the text tool. And I've got my text layer. You can see that over here on the right. It added that layer. So now I need larger type than 24. I just know that. I need great big type. I need like 170 or something. So I'm going to put in 170 up top there. I'll just go with this font that it's chosen for now. You can see that I'm on the right track with the font. So I decided to call this California Moms Magazine. And you can see that's not quite large enough. I'm going to go up to, well, you know what? I'm going to change the font. So let's change the font. On the top bar, the toolbar there, I'm going to change it to something. Oops. Highlight it first. And then it's going to give you a preview. Isn't that great? I don't really see anything I love, but this is just an example, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Something kind of big and fat. That's too busy, although it's cute. Just I see it, I just, these aren't just, let's go with this. It's got to make it bigger though. And what we can do is we can go back to the selector on the upper left, and I'm going to do Control T, and that's going to give me my transformation box, and I can just pull corners and make it bigger. I'm going to bring it down and center it here. Now, because of the way I set this up, this isn't my mom's face. It's not perfectly centered, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to apply the transformation. It's not perfectly centered. You would want your photo a little bit better situated than that. But now issue number 28, that's the next thing. You may or may not want that. Maybe you want it to have the date right here. But what you're going to have to do, there's two choices. Okay, so we're going to go back to the background. Here's the other choice that you have. It's just a painful one. If you go to your original background, which as we know, this is not layered out. This is a background. All of these letters are on this picture. There's nothing we can do about that. We can do one thing, but as I said, it's painful. So I'm going to go over here on the left, and I clicked the healing tool. Spot, healing, brush, tool. And then I'm going to come over here, and with my little bitty cursor, I'm going to highlight these letters. And look, they went away and they pretty much blended in. Let's make this cursor, this circle just teeny bit larger. Okay, and you can see. It's going away. Oh my goodness. But it's a little bit more difficult than it probably appears right now. Sometimes it picks up little things and it's not perfect. This white on black worked pretty well. Let's try and do a big sweep. I'll show you how that works. And it's pretty nice. Can you see how it's a little weirded out here? But if you put new copy on there, you probably won't see a thing. Let's try the editor's choice, which you could leave that. That might be cute. But look, it's pretty easy to get rid of. Now this is going to be more problematic, these letters over here, because look how they fall between different colors. That makes it a little more difficult. And what I do when it does do that, and I'm just determined I have to have it, I don't want to box over it, because that's your other alternative, which is what we did up here. If you don't drag but you just click, it doesn't blur as much and you don't pick up as much extra stuff. So if you can keep it all onto the color and not drag across the different colors, it seems to work a little bit better. And sometimes you've just got some letters that are pesky and you got to keep after them. But as you see, I did get rid of that, and then what you would do is very simple. You would go back to your text tool on the left. You would just click on the photo where you want to put the caption, or the title is basically what it is. Now this is going to be too large because we've got that whole California Moms thing going on. So let's go down to 72 and see what we get. Okay, so moms in the go back up to the left corner and choose that selection tool so I can move it. And there we go. Now obviously you would want to make your fonts kind of match, or at least choose them so that they don't, you know, it doesn't look like a mishmash down here, kind of like this does look. But or you could put something over here. Now that is, I'm going to highlight that because you can see that it's too far apart. So I'm actually going to go to the character window. See over here on the right, it popped up. And there's a way right here. It's on auto right now. With the spacing, I want to tighten it up a bit. What does 14 do? Way too small. 30? No. 48. Just a little bit more, just a wee bit more. That looks good. Okay. So if you're going for that magazine look for a photo, this is the way to do it. Taking those Moldiv templates, you can do it the painful way. You can draw a box and just put copy in the box. We could draw a box down here. You could draw a series of boxes. You want to make sure that covers. Now what you have to do is you have to select. Oops, did that wrong. Let's try that again. So there you go. I think you get the idea. So you can put the boxes, or you can use the healing tool. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th tool down. And there are several choices, but you want the spot healing brush tool. And that'll allow you to do that little close work that can get rid of that type that they've set for some crazy reason in Moldiv. So anyway, that shows you how to do it in Photoshop. It would be very similar in Photoshop Elements, and there are also other programs, computer programs, that can do this kind of work. I like Photoshop. I like the Adobe programs a lot, and I do intend to do more videos showing how to use several of them. Photoshop, and particularly InDesign, that's actually my design tool of choice. So look for that in the future. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching the videos, and I just want to say a special thanks to Amanda. Thanks for your emails, Amanda. Thanks for watching the videos, everybody, and I'll see you next time.